يعكفون على أصنام لهم قالوا يا موسى اجعل لنا إلها كما لهم آلهة قال إنكم قوم تجهلون إن هؤلاء متبر ما هم فيه وباطل ما كانوا يعملون قال غير الله أبغيكم إلها وهو فضلكم على العالمين وإذ أنجيناكم من آل فرعون يسومونكم سوء العذاب يقتلون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم وفي ذلكم بلاء من ربكم عظيم صدق الله العظيم. So the Banu Israel had just witnessed this great mu'jiza and miracle at the hands of Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, that they passed through the sea, and behind them the same sea, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sea which becomes a means of salvation and deliverance and freedom for Musa alayhi salatu wasalam and his people. That same sea, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it a means of destruction for someone else. That is the qudrah and power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not two different things. One is that you say that one entity, one thing becomes a means of someone's salvation, and another is a means of someone else's destruction. No. The very same sea, moments later, not years later, moments later, as soon as the last of Musa ﷺ and his people pass, the army of Fir'aun and Fir'aun, they come, وَأَغْرَقْنَا آلَ فِرْعَوْنَ, the same sea. So they had just witnessed this great miracle at the hands of Musa ﷺ. Some time passes. Now, what happens often is that when people are kind of settled, then as they say in Urdu, phir masti charti hai. After you eat, everything is good. Then what happens? You start saying, this is getting a little boring. You have to come up with something else. So the Quran Kareem says that وَجَاوَزْنَا بِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْبَحْرِ, that when we caused and allowed the children of Israel to pass in safety, then they came upon a people يَعْكُفُونَ عَلَى أَصْنَامٍ لَهُمْ, that these people were devoted to their idols. They were worshipping idols. They were idol worshippers. What did they see? They saw the mu'jiza of Musa ﷺ at the hands of Musa ﷺ. They saw the qudra of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the dalail, the proof of His qudra. So after this, how do they respond? قَالُوا يَا مُوسَى اجْعَلْ لَنَا إِلَهًا, that just as these people have a physical thing that they are worshipping to, they can bow down to, and you're telling us to worship sajda to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the people who were just delivered. They saw this great mu'jiza. So we can't see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so make a God for us. Make something for us that we can prostrate to. You just saw the mu'jiza at the hands of the Nabi, the qudra of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in front. But this is what happens when people, they want this is a disease in some people, that they always want to, change something for the, as they say, for the heck of it. This is a culture here. Even over here today, this is anything which was previous, prior, that's why the word modernity that's used, it's as if the connotation is, the way it's used, that anything which is new is good, by default. It doesn't matter that you don't need to look into it. The idea, the ideology that's pushed is what? New equals good. Different means good. So that's what it is. We want this different. Even when it comes to ibadah now, that's what's happening. That's what they're saying, that this has become too old now. So many religions today, many ideologies today are based on the mere fact that it's something different, something new, away from the normal trend. So then now this becomes a clique. Now this becomes a group. Now this becomes they have their own identity. That's all it is. Why we want to stand out. We just want to stand. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is there goodness in it? Does it help you in any way? Does it help society, humanity? Is anyone benefiting? Is it causing harm? That doesn't matter to them. Why? It's new. We like it. It's a fad. That's what a fad is. قَالُوا يَا مُوسَى اجْعَلْ لَنَا إِلَهًا كَمَا لَهُمْ آلِهَةً. Does it make any sense that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who just delivered you, that showed his power, his qudra, his existence, all of that comes in front of you, and now you're still asking for something? Why? How does Musa respond? He also said, إِنَّكُمْ قَوْمٌ تَجْهَلُونَ. There is no rational explanation to what you're saying. You're just acting like ignorant people. إِنَّكُمْ قَوْمٌ تَجْهَلُونَ. This is jahala, this is ignorance. That after you see that something worked, the example of this would be that you saw that something works and it's correct. After that you say, no, but just change it for me. I don't want this thing that works. This thing that's right, it's too old now. We want something else. That's the example here. So Musa tells us, look, that what you have and what do these people have? These idols they're making. Inna ha'ula, these people, these idol worshippers, مُتَبَّرٌ مَا هُمْ فِيهِ وَبَاطِلٌ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. They themselves will be ruined, and whatever they are worshiping, all of that will become ruins as well. وَبَاطِلٌ is this falsehood, مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ, that whatever they are doing is in vain. There won't be any reality to this. There won't be any fruits to this. This ibadah, this dedication, this devotion they're showing, there's no fruits that are to be yielded from this. قَالَ غَيْرَ اللَّهِ يَبْغِيكُمْ إِلَهًا. Then he tries to explain to his people that do you want other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that I choose a deity for you other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَهُوَ فَضَّلَكُمْ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. That He has given you fadl and virtue. How? By sending anbiya amongst you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now He's explaining to them in a different way. The direct rationality doesn't seem to be working here. Let's speak to them at the level that show the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what you have versus what they have. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent anbiya, not nabi, anbiya, thousands of anbiya mufassirun, right, who are sent upon the Banu Israel. The lesson that we can learn from here as well, that alhamdulillah, even after salah, what I started with was, alhamdulillah, we have a Quran, a sunnah, wahi, revelation that allows us to be guided. That it's the sahih and the correct way from the time of Rasulullah till Yawm al-Qiyamah, it will be valid. We don't need to keep on reinventing the wheel, again looking at new ideas. It is people who do not have hidayah, people who have not seen what is correct, if they have any level of concern of where they are, every day for them is a battle. That one side they hear one thing, another side they hear something else. Today they listen to one podcast, tomorrow another channel. Third day someone becomes their idol. Fourth day that same person ends up in jail for them. They're lost. He said, this person who I idolized, I looked up to them, turns out to be the biggest criminal, gangster, worst person than ever. I thought this was a good leader. Tomorrow he comes up in this case. Imagine those people that day to day, it's a battle for them. The pristine Quran, Sunnah of Rasulullah, which is preserved for us, a Muslim can never, not just should never, cannot ever look anywhere else for any hidayah and guidance and what he looks up to. And then again, he shows the other blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What situation were you in? وَإِذَا أَنْجَيْنَاكُمْ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَسُومُونَكُمْ سُوءَ الْعَذَابِ. The worst of adhab, Fir'aun, the Fara'ina, the pharaohs they were putting you through. يُقَتِّلُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ. They were killing your offspring, your children, your sons. وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ. They would keep your women, not out of honor, to enslave them, to use them. وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ بَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ. In this there was a great ibtila and test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He delivered you from all that. That was where we were, and we just were delivered from this. So how can you turn back again and speak of something of such great ignorance? We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the understanding of the Quran and Sunnah.